Yeah, we're watching you, little piggy.
Hey guys, so I'm on lunch and right now I'm going to get some food. There's this guy that serves barbecue out of a bus in town, and it's called Rolling Smoke Barbecue. Anyway, I figured that's where I go for lunch. I've never tried this place, so I heard it's pretty good. I'm gonna see what I can do about getting a chopped beef sandwich, and then we'll go read some comments from the first video that we did about Aloha.
For those of you who are counting, it's probably the most nutritious meal I've had in a while. I asked for it chopped, but that's okay. Slice is fine. There's quite a bit of brisket on there. Uh-oh, I dropped some. I mean, it's no Texas barbecue, but it's good. I dropped that one on the ground, but it's okay. I have a good immune system. Alright, I'm not gonna make you watch me eat, but looks pretty dang good.
Alright guys, so I want to go over some comments from the last video. These aren't in any kind of order, and I hope that I get all of them, but Rebecca Wagner says, on a side note, it will limit his job potential because it's not safe for him to drive or operate heavy machinery. And some of you guys know that I've been trying to get this dude a job for a while, and I'm actually kind of suspicious that he's trying to do this to get a disability check. So that's why I've been watching him. Noel says, close your blinds so that no light gets in during the day for less of a transition from sleep to wake. And I don't get a lot of natural light in the house anyway, so I don't think that that's really a problem. I did consider turning my lights on and stuff when I get home, because I do kind of light up the house, but it's not very bright in my house anyway. I don't think that that's an issue, but he also commented, test for Lyme disease. And somebody else commented on this, and I'm going to get back to that here in a little while. A lot of people offered suggested CBD oil, which I obviously would love to give him. I just have to kind of figure out a way. Maybe just get a syringe, and maybe if I could get a CBD concentrate or something like that I could dilute with water or something. I'd have to see about the application, but obviously I would be all about that. Tons of people just sending their love, and I really appreciate all of you guys as well. Ask him about giving a Valium on the onset. A Valium given on the onset of seizure can rest the brain and stop seizures. I'll definitely consider that. I'm trying to stay away from the medication because of his kidneys and liver. I don't want to cause any early damage to his internal organs, which is why I'm trying to avoid the medicine in the first place. Somebody mentioned, Coleman mentioned, have you looked at maybe it's a pinched nerve in his neck? Laying in the chair or a certain way causes it. I was actually considering that the chair was the cause in the first place, but after letting him sleep in the bed all night, it still did the same thing when I put him on the floor. He had another seizure. And the thing about it is that he's got kind of weak back legs, so I asked the doctor a little bit about that, if it was anything to do with his legs, and she seemed to be she seemed to think that it had nothing to do with it. She gave him a pretty good physical exam, and she said he wasn't reacting negatively to any of the pressure that she was applying, so she pretty much ruled that out. But without blood work, then there's not much more that they can do. CBD oil, CBD oil, CBD oil. I'm definitely gonna do that, guys. I appreciate all that. Also, I've realized that a lot of people have this problem with dogs, and I've had dogs before and I've never had a problem with this, but it seems that a lot of people deal with this, and I feel bad for all of you guys, because I know it's been pretty traumatic for me, and I've even heard stories from a good friend that they have a dog that's having them like 3 times a night and stuff. So it's just it's awful. It's just a very, very sad thing. Let's see. I'm glad you're letting others to know spread awareness. My first thought was tick fever. My dog went lame in the field, all 130 pounds. Explained waking up, stimulus with some seizures. Then I realized it probably was epilepsy, but seizures can be from pain or neurological things. We're definitely going to do as much testing and stuff as we can. Somebody else mentioned ticks as well, and the ticks haven't really died off this year. I don't know why, because we've had quite a few freezes and even some precipitation, but I've been finding ticks on him all season still, or all the year still. So the ticks, as they're not really bad, but it's not very uncommon for me to find at least 1 or 2 ticks on him a week. So I didn't even think to ask the doctor about that, but I definitely will. Whenever I go back, I will mention that, because it could be something that's spurring it. I don't know that it is, but he had a pretty bad one like about a week or 2 ago. He had a pretty bad one on his chin, and I didn't notice until it was big and fat. And when I pulled it out, I didn't get the head out, and I sat there and wrestled with him trying to get it out, and he just wasn't having it. So I just kind of let it fester up, and I got it out as soon as possible. But not that he has a tick problem, but ticks are definitely an issue whenever you live in the woods like I do. I've been hearing a lot of stories about people putting their dog on epilepsy medicine and it being successful, and I'm definitely going to do that, and I'm going to start that away, and then I'm going to try to wean him away from it and go to more natural. I have no problem with giving him the natural medication while he's on the other medication. Trust me, I would love to just avoid the other medication altogether, but I think it's probably in the best interest, just because it's a daily thing right now, that I go ahead and get the medication and then work my way backwards from there. Tom says, frozen pizza for dinner. You aren't going to cook it first? Sorry about the pup, and hope the meds help. Guys, one more comment that was mentioned was like a nanny cam, or like I don't know exactly what the name they called it. I definitely have cameras that are watching my property and stuff just for like theft and security reasons, but I don't have a good setup as far as like watching the inside of my house and monitoring the dog. And it's something that I've been considering for a while doing. And I have Wi-Fi at the house, so I would be able to access it from my phone. So whenever here in the next couple months, I think that I'm going to invest in something like that, and that way not only could I watch my house for security reasons, but also I could keep an eye on the puppy whenever I'm at work and stuff like that. Alright guys, well, I got a lot of comments and a lot of kind words and prayers and best wishes and stuff like that, so thanks again to all those. And I'm going to reply to some of these comments. I've just been waiting to get the time to do it. I'll give you guys I'll show the puppy when I get home, just so you guys can see that he's okay, and then we'll wrap it up. But I hope that you guys have a good day, and thank you for caring. Alright guys, so this will be my last video about this until Tuesday, because I don't want to keep making a big deal about it, but I'll give you an update when I make videos. I got home tonight and put him on the floor and no seizure, so I think that this is 3 days with no seizure now, or maybe it's 2 days. For sure it's 2 days, but yeah, so that's good. And he actually seemed more energetic today. He actually like ran and grabbed his toy. So hey, no seizures today. Say thank you for all the prayers. Good night. Good night. Cry baby. Little tit bag.